What's the live about? So the live is about financial trauma. So if you're new to the live, I'm going to give you some basic definitions. I always discuss the same topic. So why do people sabotage their finances? Why are people struggling to manifest money? Why are people sabotaging their finances? So I go into the psychological side of things. Everyone is talking about mindset, but a lot of people have the right mindset, right? But they're still not really manifesting their income, their desired reality. They're still not making the kind of money they would like to. So there are a lot of trauma patterns people have around money that they are constantly looping, and that's what I focus on. That's what my brand is very hyper focused around. That's what I'm very curious about. So I help people contextualize their behaviors around money, because I'm sure you guys have noticed, or you guys know, that a lot of people don't actually make logical decisions around money. They make emotional decisions around money. Now, why is this happening? That's what I'm curious about. Why are people making emotional decisions around money when they know what they want to do with their finances, right? You know what your financial goals are. You know what amount of money you want by the end of the year. You know how to invest. So you know the practical side. You know all the tactical stuff. You know strategy, you know investment, you know all of that stuff. But you're not really, look at your behavior, right? Look at your behavior. You're not really behaving in a way that's conducive to reaching your financial goals, right? Why? Why is this happening? So this is what my brand focuses on. We go into the psychological patterns and nervous system patterns that people have developed around money. So the reason why people talk about financial trauma, you've probably heard thought leaders in this niche talk about financial trauma or money wounds. The masses don't actually know what this means. The masses don't know why they sabotage their finances, why they make emotional, illogical decisions around money. The reason for it is because a lot of people have experienced trauma when it comes to money. So for example, if you grew up watching your parents fight about money, if you grew up watching your parents struggle with money, struggling to pay bills, and your little nervous system felt that tension, felt that pressure, and that turns into trauma. Your body literally holds on to that as trauma. Your nervous system logs it as tension, danger, threat, pressure. So now, as adults, a lot of people are still reacting to money as if it's danger. They don't have a neutral relationship with money. Money comes into their life, they either blow it, they hoard it, or they avoid it altogether. All these behaviors, none of this is not neutral, by the way. None of it is neutral, because if someone had a healthy relationship with money, they wouldn't blow it, they wouldn't avoid it, and they certainly wouldn't hoard it. Do you see how many people say, oh, money is energy, money is energy, money is energy, money is energy? So they've understood this on a cognitive level, right? Money is energy until it's time to start earning more, right? If money is energy, and if you could actually integrate that to the depths of your body, if you could actually integrate that, not just hold it on a cognitive level, then you would be experiencing money as energy. But how is it that everyone's saying money is energy, money is energy, money is energy, but they're not really experiencing money like energy, are they? They're experiencing money like tension. So many people are hustling and grinding. So many people are in survival mode. So many people are trying to prove their worth through over-efforting, through over-identifying with productivity. Is this someone who believes that money is energy? No, this is someone who believes that money is scarce and I need to work hard to get more money. And if I don't work hard, then I'm not going to make more money. Or if I don't work 10 times harder, then money's going to run away. Or if I don't hoard money, then money's going to run out and it's never going to come back. See, the emotions, the emotional charge behind people's decisions when it comes to money. My work contextualizes everyone's behavior around money, because the thing is, a lot of the time when your nervous system is making decisions around finances, they don't make logical sense. You cannot apply logic to someone's trauma-based behavior, because the nervous system does not think in, oh, money, okay, well, let's invest it, let's multiply it. It doesn't think like that. Your nervous system only thinks in survival and safety. Survival, safety, survival, safety, survival, safety. So as soon as money comes in, and if you have trauma around money, then your nervous system is going to treat money like it's a threat. Your nervous system literally sees money and contracts like, oh my God, we need to do something about this because we're not safe with money. Money isn't safe. We've never experienced money as something that's safe. We've never experienced money as something that's neutral, right? So this is information your nervous system has logged. I need you to start treating your nervous system like it's an embodied surveillance system, constantly broadcasting information. And if you can tune into that information system, then your decisions around money and everything else can be very informed. A lot of people don't understand the wisdom of the nervous system. The nervous system is literally built to keep you safe. It only thinks in terms of safety and survival, safety and survival, safety and survival. This is why your nervous system has veto power. Your nervous system gets to have the ultimate say. It has the ultimate say when it comes to money, ambition, success, prosperity, abundance, manifestation, all of that stuff that you dream of, that big reality that you dream of, your dream life. Your nervous system has the ultimate say. Whether you get to have that life or not, it will say, oh, you want 30K months? Okay, well, let's see. Does that feel safe for us? No, it doesn't. So then it's going to pump the brakes and it's going to make you sabotage any goals you have around money and a big life and prosperity and abundance and all this big stuff that you want, that you deserve, that you know on a cognitive level that you deserve. And you do deserve that. But your nervous system doesn't understand that. Your nervous system doesn't give a tinker's fart about your big ambitions. You want a pad with a jacuzzi and a pool, all this stuff. It doesn't care. It doesn't think like that. Like I said, it only thinks of safety, survival. Safety, survival. Does this big goal, making 50K months, does this big goal mean we're going to be safe? Well, let's see. Let's see. What kind of memories do we have around money? Trauma, tension, danger, threat. Therefore, 50K months means we are not going to be safe with that level of money. So what does it do? It pumps the brake. What does it look like when the nervous system pumps the brakes? You know what your goals are, right? But you're not really getting out of bed. You're procrastinating. You're full of excuses. Suddenly you're so tired. Suddenly you're like, I don't have time. This is your body taking over. This is your body literally saying, hey, we can see this goal that you want to get to, that you think you can handle, but we are telling you that we do not feel safe with this goal. We do not feel safe. We don't actually feel calibrated to this. So unless you want to teach us some sort of safety around this number that you think you can handle, we're going to pump the brakes, okay? Because we're not going there. This doesn't feel safe for us. We can't survive up there with 50K. We've been used to, we are set to 5K a month, okay? Let's say your monthly income has been 5K a month for a very long time. No, your nervous system has a set point. It's like a thermostat. It's set to a certain level of income. And when you're trying to exceed that, your nervous system isn't happy about that. It's literally telling you, hey, we need some integration work here. Can you teach us safety, please? Can you teach us that we can be safe at that level? But what people are doing is either they're not doing anything because, they don't know why they're procrastinating. They don't know why it feels so hard to get to that level, reach that goal. So they're either trying to work harder to get there, which is working against their nervous system, by the way. You're actually conditioning your nervous system for survival mode, the overactivation of the sympathetic state. The two states that your nervous system oscillates between is the sympathetic state, which is the fight-flight, and the parasympathetic state, which is the rest and relaxation. Most people are stuck in survival. Noz, hello. Most people are stuck in survival, which is the sympathetic state, which is fight-flight. And people think that they can manifest all this money without understanding all their subconscious patterns around money, all their subconscious beliefs they hold about money, and the nervous system dysregulation around money. This is why so many people's manifestations are falling on sand. You can have all the techniques, all the journaling prompts, all of that, but if you haven't understood your subconscious beliefs around money and your nervous system memories, your somatic blocks around money, then manifestation isn't really going to be easy for you. Some people, I've noticed, their manifestations do come true. Like they're getting the money, they manifest the money easily, but they can't actually hold the money. They keep sabotaging their finances. they keep squandering the money. This is literally someone's body, someone's nervous system saying, hey, we don't feel safe with all this money, so we're going to get rid of it. And so these people who are manifesting windfalls, they get the money, right? And then they unconsciously sabotage the money, and the nervous system brings them back to their baseline. The baseline is the amount that you've always been used to, the amount you've had for a very long time. Let's say your monthly income has been 5K for a very long time, and you get a 10K bonus, or you suddenly sell some digital products and you went to 10K a month. Your nervous system will find a way to sabotage that 10K, bring you back to 5K. 5K is not threatening to your body. 5K is your set point. 5K is what your body considers predictable, consistent, manageable. So you'll see a lot of people, they rise to a number that they've been trying to manifest for a while, but then they invariably come back down to their baseline, the amount that they've had for a very long time. This sort of behavior is the trauma patterns, the financial trauma, the nervous system blocks that people have around money. Now, I want to go into, did I miss any questions? Yes, Noz, hi, someone's really understanding my work. Hello. And I need to save in 2 months. How much are you trying to save in 2 months? What's happening? How do I start saving money? I'm so impulsive, I buy everything, then end up broke. What to save for holiday so bad. Oh, Noz, bless you. Okay, so you're showing you have spending issues. Let's go into the subconscious beliefs that people have when they spend a lot of money. So I've noticed so far the people I've worked with, when they have a spending issue, they have 2 beliefs. I'm bad with money, and the fear that money always disappears. So these 2 beliefs drive people to spend money like there's no tomorrow. Okay, the first one, I'm bad with money. This is a lack of self-trust. So someone who believes they are genuinely bad with money, they are constantly blowing money. They are constantly blowing money, racking up a lot of debt. They are squandering, making impulsive decisions. They make bad investments. And they're just, when it comes to finances, they're just a complete wreck. The other belief, money disappears. This one is more popular. I've noticed this is very common. So a lot of people have the chronic fear that money disappears, money always leaves. So the deeper layer of this is actually abandonment issues. So a lot of people who have abandonment issues, they are projecting that onto money. They think, oh my God, money's going to leave me, so I need to get rid of money before it gets a chance to leave me. You see what they're doing? They have this subconscious belief that money always disappears. And so now the behavior, the subconscious is guiding their behavior to get rid of money before money gets a chance to abandon them. 2 things happen when you have this. When you have the chronic fear that money always disappears, right? 2 things happen. You blow money like there's no tomorrow, and you manifest a shit ton of bills. Yeah, so you may come into a 10K bonus, and then suddenly you'll notice that your roof needs work, your TV's breaking down, you've got parking tickets, you're being summoned to court. You just manifest a lot of bills. That's all tactical stuff. The thing is, when you're trying to save money and you feel like you can't do it, you're constantly blowing money. You can't do tactical stuff to solve this. Guys, there's so much tactical advice on fixing your finances, but people still sabotage their finances. It's deeper, it's psychological. You need to understand why do I keep doing this? If you don't understand why this is happening and you start budgeting, like, I'm gonna do some budgeting, okay, go and do some budgeting. We'll see how you loop back to the same behavior. How many people are budgeting? The people that I work with, they have tried everything: budgeting, discipline. They paid for courses on discipline, mindset work. I know the mindset course on the mindset. The people I've worked with, they have spent thousands on courses about money mindset. Oh yeah, it's all about mindset. Okay, well, most people have the right mindset when it comes to money, but they still don't have the kind of money that they dream of. Why? It's not a tactical thing. It's not about strategy. It's about understanding why you keep looping the same behavior around money. Yeah, it's trauma-based behavior. So Noz, what one did you resonate with when I explained the 2 beliefs that make people overspend? Which one did you resonate with? The belief that I'm bad with money, or the belief that money disappears, or both? Because some people have both, okay? The nervous system decided, why not both? Okay then, no money for you. So, which one did you resonate with? If you're resonating with this work, if you want to know what your subconscious block around money is, I have a free money wound quiz linked at the top of my page. You need to take that quiz, okay? Guys, you need to see what your subconscious block around money is. My quiz is deeply psychological. It only takes 2 minutes, but it's going to show you exactly what your subconscious blocks around money are. You need to know what you're working with, otherwise you're going to keep looping the same behavior. If you don't see what you're dealing with, how are you going to heal it, right? So that's what I built the quiz for. The quiz is the first step to understanding why can't I save money? Why do I keep spending money? Why do I avoid money? Why do I gamble? Why am I addicted to spending when I know what I want to do with my finances? It will answer all those psychological questions. It's very accurate, and it will save you from years and years of surface level mindset work, okay? Bloody mindset. I'm so sick and tired of all this mindset crap online about shmoney. Shmoney, that's just a mindset course and a mindset. So it's so funny, the people who I've worked with so far, they've all been actually very, I love it when people invest in themselves. So they've gone on retreats, they've bought mindset coaching courses, mindset courses, and I love that. I love it. I love it when I see people not only buying like things to make them look good, but things that actually help them improve internally. I love that. I respect that so much. The people who are only buying stuff that make them look good externally, what are you doing? When they're like buying all the shampoos that make their hair shiny, and they wear all the nice clothes and nice shoes and all this expensive stuff, but then they wouldn't go on the wellness retreat. They're not going to go on a meditation retreat. They're not going to buy that course that's going to help them do shadow work. Okay. Hi, do you solely make money online? That's quite a personal question, buddy. So you're telling me you don't do that? I do both. I do both. Can you not tell? Like if I didn't do both, I wouldn't be able to speak on this topic, would I? How do you think I know all of this? Because I actually invested in myself. I've actually taken therapy to understand financial trauma. I've bought courses on this. I've went to meditation retreats to be able to understand psychology and people's trauma patterns. So I'm not saying don't invest externally, like do that too. I think you missed my point, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Dinner still stands when you're ready. Thank you. Thank you, citizen. It is so white because they're clean. I clean them. I clean my teeth, okay? So many people have asked me about my teeth, like, who's your dentist? Who's your dentist? My teeth aren't even perfect. Can you not see they are imperfect? They're not even straight. I just clean them, okay? Anyway, let's move on to the 6 core money blocks that people have, okay? 6 core money blocks people have. They are the 6 core subconscious beliefs people have around money, okay? It's very important that you understand these are 6 core subconscious beliefs. They are in your subconscious, okay? They are not conscious. They are in your subconscious. This is why people keep looping the same behavior around money, and they're like, oh, I don't know why I did it. I don't know what happened. I guess I'm just bad with money. You see what happened when your subconscious is holding the core belief, your conscious mind becomes the interpreter, the narrator, the justifier, okay? That's what's happened. This is what happened. Do we all understand this? Do we all understand this simple about how the subconscious and the conscious mind work? 20 years ago, that was me. Yeah. If you don't understand what your subconscious is trying to do around money, is trying to control, it's going to manage your behavior around money. If you don't understand that, you're going to keep looping the same financial pattern. This is why so many people stay broke and they never improve their financial situation. This is why so many people stay financially stuck for years, because they don't understand what's actually happening in their subconscious. Why can't I make the kind of money that I want? I deserve all this money. Why is it happening? It's because your subconscious and your nervous system are not on board with your conscious desires, okay? Your conscious desires are, I deserve more money, I love money, I want more money. Your subconscious is like, I'm not worthy of wealth, I'm bad with money, money disappears, being rich is bad or wrong. And then your nervous system is like, oh, money isn't safe. So do you see how many two big forces are against you? Your nervous system and your subconscious. These two big forces are against your conscious desires. Your conscious desires come from 5% of your mind power, and your subconscious is 95%. And then your nervous system has veto power. Who the fuck is going to win? Who's going to win? Your body. Your body's going to win every single time. Your nervous system will literally tell you. It makes the final decision. You say, oh, I want a yacht, I want a pad with a jacuzzi and a swimming pool. Your nervous system and your subconscious, they don't negotiate. Oh, should we let her have the jacuzzi and the swimming pool here? Should we just let her have them because she's so deserving? Should we let her? No, it doesn't think like that. Your nervous system is like, do we feel safe with that amount of money? Are we going to survive? No. Your subconscious is like, hold on, we're not worthy of that. We're not worthy of a pool. We're not worthy of a pad that's that expensive. We're not worthy of any of that. Forget it. Forget it. And so it's going to guide your behavior to prove that you are indeed not bad with. You're not worthy of all of this. You're just not worthy. You're not good enough. You want all these big things. These are your desires, right? These are your big desires. There's you, and in between you is the Great Wall of China. Wow, that's a big fault, right? How do we collapse the Great Wall of China? Well, we need to look inwards. We need to take inventory of our beliefs. It's like an archaeological dig, because these beliefs have been entrenched in your mind for years and years and years and years and years. That's why it's the Great Wall of China, okay? So it's a fucking fort. We need to collapse this. If we don't collapse this, then this is you and this is your desires, and you're just going to feel a massive separation from it. When you collapse the Great Wall of China, you will converge with your desires. How delicious is that? Oh, bloody sirens. Sorry, I live in central London. But yeah. Hey, nice necklace though. Scraps, hi, how's the grind going? Thank you, you have good taste. So I really believe that I can make 100 million now. What? Okay, so how are you going to make 100 million, by the way? Hofka. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do that? I'm not saying it's not possible. I just want to know your like strategy, because I had a really funny client. Okay, I find the client funny, but it's actually very concerning, right? Everything is going in place, yo. Oh, that's good. So have you learned to rest? Have you learned to stop over identifying with productivity? Are you slowly training your nervous system to come out of survival mode? Or are we still hustling and grinding and just feeling guilty when we rest? How's it going, Scraps? I'm going to spend 200 for one-to-one a phone call with you. That's how. Okay. You're very smart. Look at you. I actually underestimated you. Yeah, that's going to get you there. I'm in love with the hustle and grind. I guess I'm married to the game. Okay, so you're not healing, okay? I'm so disappointed in you. I thought I raised your consciousness. What's going on? Ah! Done it! What an accomplishment. Imran, where's the shmoney? We make the shmoney, woohoo. We believe in jobless money, we believe in jobless money, we believe in jobless money, woohoo. We believe in jobless money, we believe in jobless money. Anyway, we still believe in jobless money, okay? Because a lot of my work is helping people come out of that survival mode state, okay? So yes, we do believe in jobless money. Soon I'm going to become a cult leader, okay? Join my cult. Let's go back into the work. Oh my God, all this trauma talk. That's why we need to be a bit non-serious sometimes, okay? We believe in jobless money. A bit of jobless money to keep things light and non-serious. So let's go back into the 6 core money wounds people have around money, okay? The 6 core subconscious money blocks people have, right? What's your professor? Shmoney. Yes, shmoney. The perfect combo. Yeah, it is the perfect combo. Guys, if you're, like I said, if you're experiencing friction around shmoney, and if you're struggling to manifest your shmoneys, then you need to understand why. You need to understand what's going on. You need to understand What beliefs do I hold that are blocking me from my next level? These are the beliefs that I go into, okay? Really the word is shmoney. Exactly, okay? I forgot to make my t-shirt that says shmoney on it. I'm going to do that soon. We'll get to that in a bit, but yeah, shmoney. So the 6 core beliefs people have around money that are blocking them financially is the money shame wound, I'm not worthy of wealth. The hard money wound, making money is hard. The money trust wound, I'm bad with money. The disappearing money wound, money disappears. The hoarding, I'm not safe until I have a lot of money. And then the 6th one is being rich is bad or wrong. Okay, so these are the 6 core money blocks people have, which are the signs that someone has financial trauma. A few signs that you have financial trauma is you have money, but you still keep thinking about it. You keep blowing money and then you feel immense regret. You avoid money. You avoid opening your bank statement. You avoid looking at your bills. And another one is you completely detach. This is another common one, completely detached. Like, yeah, I don't care about money. I don't care about money. This is another wounded behavior. And then, yeah, these are some very common behaviors around money wounds, money, financial trauma. So if you're curious about, do I have what she's talking about? I don't think I do. Look at your life, what's repeating. Because I always tell you guys, money is a mirror. Money is the most emotionally loaded mirror. Look at what your bank balance is trying to tell you. It tells you a lot. There's so much intelligence there. Your lack of self-worth, your lack of self-trust, your lack of belief in yourself, what you believe you deserve, okay? Your low self-concept. Your bank balance is a mirror. It's a mirror. It's giving you so much information, but most people don't really treat it like, oh, okay, let me see what's money got to say to me today. Okay, let's look at it. No. Okay, most people think, oh, I'm experiencing financial dysfunction. Okay, let me go make some more money. This is a band-aid approach. A lot of people, these are the 3 common band-aid approach people take when they have money problems. Make more money. You're gonna make more money, okay? But you're gonna make more money, yeah. You have an internal issue. It's a software issue. You have an internal issue. You see, when you make more money and you don't fix the internal issue, it's like you have a software issue and all you do is put a nice phone cover on your phone. Yeah, I'm just going to put a nice cover on my phone. What's that going to do? Is that going to fix the internal issue, the software issue? You need a software upgrade. It's an internal issue. This is a band-aid approach. When you have an internal issue and you just put a phone cover on it, you're going to loop the same behavior. It's just going to bring you back. You're going to make the money, you're going to squander it because your identity is still that shitty identity that created the lack in the first place, right? This is why people think they don't need to change the person they are. They don't need to change their beliefs. They don't need to change their patterns. They don't need to change their behaviors and habits. So, oh, I'm just going to make more money. Yeah, how's that working out for you? Do you make more money? You probably make more money, but you keep squandering the shmoney, right? Right? How many people are manifesting the shmoney and then squandering the shmoney? There are so many examples of this. Lottery winners, people who come into inheritance, squander their money back to their baseline. What's going on here? People think, oh, this is just a matter of discipline. Oh, this is just a matter of habit. It's a habit thing. It's just a discipline. It's just a mindset thing. It's just a mindset thing. It's not a mindset thing. If it were a habit, then you can change the habit. Habits can be changed. But when there's emotional charge underneath, when there's fear, guilt, anxiety, shame around money, that's not a matter of habit. That's emblematic of a deeper issue. Don't you want to get curious about this? It's worth getting curious about because this is involved with your shmoneys, right? Your chips. So, yes, I don't just have regular trauma, now I have money trauma too. Yeah, guys, the thing is that the trauma that I discussed, they are all identity based. So if you have these beliefs, if you hold these beliefs, they will show up around all other areas of your life. What is identity based belief? This is self-concept. This is self-concept issue, your concept of self. Any financial dysfunction comes down to 2 things: low self-concept, outdated beliefs. That's what my work focuses on. This is literally what I help my clients with. Changing your concept of self. This takes a lot of inner work and discipline, by the way, because if you're willy-nilly about, oh, I'm going to one day do the mirror work, and then you just go about your day, that's you not turning up for yourself because you don't respect yourself, okay? You don't respect yourself, you don't trust yourself. So I do self-concept work, and then I go into the core beliefs that people have around money, and we rewire them. We rewire them on a subconscious and nervous system level. So long as you are stuck in survival mode, you are repelling money, because survival mode is not fertile ground for money. So when you're stuck in that survival state, when you're stuck in that survival mode, fight, flight, you're in a money repelling state. You're not seeing opportunities. You're not taking aligned action, because you can't even think straight when you're in survival mode. When you're in survival mode, you're constantly thinking about survival. Your nervous system is literally like, we need to survive. So it's keeping you in a state where you're just constantly thinking about survival. When you're in a state of survival, you cannot think creatively. Quite a lot of people talk about nervous system now. I go into the deeper mechanisms of the nervous system when it comes to money. Everything I talk about is concentrated around money. The reason why I say that when you do this work, you will notice all the other areas of your life where you're struggling is going to improve, it's going to change, because how you do money is how you do everything. Have you not noticed that yet? How you do money is how you do everything, okay? If you are a people pleaser, you're going to undercharge. If you avoid conflict, you're going to avoid your finances. These are all identity-based beliefs. I had a look at the quiz. What was your result? Tell me, what was your result? So exciting. How do you feel? Didn't align with my beliefs. Then you probably didn't give a very accurate answer. You might want to take it again. Ooh, I sent someone an invite. Please decline it. I don't want you in my live as a guest. So, okay, what was your result? Tell me what was your result. If you don't feel like you got an accurate result, tell me what your dominant assumption is around money. Like, what do you struggle with? Because I can give you a diagnosis here. Didn't get one. You didn't get the result, so you didn't take the quiz properly. What have you done? Why have you done it? What was that song I sang in primary school? Money is the root of all evil. Okay, so you got the evil money wound. Okay, the reason why you're denying that it's not accurate is because this one is very subtle, by the way. This one is more societal. So a lot of people who believe that the 1% are bad, the 1% are depriving the rest of the world, or, you know, they have a lot of emotions around people who have more, or having more money, or, you know, to have more money means to compromise your values and morals. So it's very subtle when you think about like this. Or do you feel like if you become richer, then you may lose your sense of belonging? Like you may lose your loved ones. You may no longer belong to the people that you loved, your cronies. See, there's quite a few different layers to the evil money wound. It's quite subtle, but it comes out in different ways. This is why I keep talking about nervous system, nervous system, nervous system, nervous system. You're probably sick and tired of hearing me say nervous system, but I'm going to keep saying it, because your nervous system is literally the portal to experiencing more money, more success, prosperity and abundance. If you don't understand that, if you don't really understand that, if you really don't start doing the nervous system work, if you don't start rewiring your nervous system, good luck achieving your finances.